Welcome to this week's edition of OSU Extension's Fairfield Focus. My guest is Mr. Aaron Stockberger, and if you'll hang on, we'll be right back and we're going to talk all things FSA. Connie Smith with OSU Extension in Fairfield County. My guest today is Mr. Aaron Stockberger from the Farm Service Agency. And on the farm page and part of the extension coverage we're talking about everything that happens in the Ag Center, which we're all partners in the Ag Center, aren't we, Aaron?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So tell me, when people drive up and they see the sign that welcomes them to our building and they see Farm Service Agency, do you think people really know what we do, what you do?
Probably only the ones that are involved with us and come and sign up. Other than that, if they haven't been to our office, they probably don't know what we do.
Okay, so what are some of the ways that you can assist farmers, or how does Farm Service Agency, I see where like you maybe have some funding opportunities. So what are some of those kind of opportunities?
Well, the purpose of the Farm Service Agency is to administer all of the farm bill programs that deal with farmers that are in the farm bill that Congress passes every 5 years.
Okay.
So there's a multitude of programs, a lot of commodity programs that are geared toward row crop farmers.
Okay.
We have some disaster programs that can help livestock farmers.
Okay.
We have programs that help with fruit and vegetable farmers as far as insurance goes.
Sure.
And then we also have some conservation programs that we offer incentives, so farmers will take highly sensitive ground and take it out of crop production, and they can plant trees and grasses on it to protect that land.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
And that's just a sample of the programs that we offer.
Just a sample. And all that can be explained if a landowner happens to hear this recording and they say, wait a minute, I guess I didn't always believe the government was here to help.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can come in and chat with you or some of your staff.
Yep.
And learn about some of these opportunities. Like I was shocked. I was at a meeting with you a couple weeks ago, and grain storage loans.
Yes.
Grain bin loans.
Yep. Yeah, we offer low interest loans for, it's called the Farm Storage Facility Program.
Okay.
And they're low interest loans for basically any product that you produce, for anything after the combine or after the hay baler, to store it.
Okay.
Or transport it or dry it to get it to market.
So even like if my crop is hay,
Mm-hmm.
and I need a storage shed for hay.
Yes, we can do loans for hay barns.
Okay.
For hay wagons. We can't do like the baler or the combine, but anything after that to get the product stored and in condition to sell.
Right.
We can do a low interest loan. And this month, the interest rate for a 7-year fixed rate loan is 1.75%.
Wow.
So the interest rates are pretty good on it.
You can't even hardly, you can't afford not to come see the folks at Farm Service Agency. Yep. So tell me this, the other one that I was kind of interested in is this a youth loan. And maybe, maybe like we're thinking an FFA student who wants to buy 2 or 3 head of breeding females.
Yes.
Cattle-wise.
So in Fairfield County, we don't deal with those in our office.
Okay.
We have a farm loan team that does that.
Okay.
They're located in Zanesville.
Okay.
So it's not that far away, but they can call in and inquire
Yeah.
about that. So the loans that I deal with in my office are the facility loan program
Okay.
and the commodity loan program.
Okay. Okay.
And the commodity loan program is where we can use your grain you have in your grain bin as collateral, and we will make you a 9-month low interest loan just using that grain as collateral, so you can pay off your operating loan or pay off for other expenses instead of having to sell your grain at harvest, when traditionally the price is the lowest.
And it also is a great tool to use, like if, let's say, the end of the year has come for a farmer, they wanna buy inputs for the coming year.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
So
That's it's a
So a
good tool
lot
to
of your
use.
programs are, wouldn't you say they're great tools for farmers to use?
Yes,
Whether they, whether you just have to kind of get the mindset of that.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
And the key is just to come and talk to us and find out, if we find out about what you do, we can offer programs that might help you
Yeah, so-
with your operation.
So is it fair to say that you all could maybe tailor a program that would help my operation?
We might not be able to tailor a program, but we can see where your operation would fit into the programs that we have
Okay,
available. So if you come in and talk to us, let us know about your operation. We can at least make you aware of programs that might benefit you. Like a livestock producer, if you've got 20 beef cows, we've got a program that if a natural disaster hits and you lose animals because of that, there's potential for indemnity payments to
Okay.
reimburse you for the losses if you qualify in the parameters of the program.
so natural disaster, flood,
Yeah, flooding. The biggest one is freeze or winter storm. There's thresholds you have to meet, so it's
Okay.
not automatic that if you lose an animal, you would get paid. But we have made multiple payments in the county under these programs to producers.
So the other thing, I guess like, when you talk about like mitigating or managing risk, sometimes I think farmers are really the biggest gamblers in the
Mhm.
world. Would you say that?
I would say so. Yeah.
So how can you, how can you help with that? What can you do to say, I'm gonna help you kind of mitigate that risk or manage your risk? What are some of the things you help with there, Aaron?
Well, with corn and with row crop farmers, we have the Farm Bill program, which is our main program we offer, and it basically helps with if there's low prices, or one program can help with low yields
Okay,
if there is a disaster. So that kind of helps to mitigate the risk for the row crop farmer. They kind of know there's somewhat of a baseline of a price if they choose a certain program that they could get
Right.
for their products.
so does this all tie back into, I keep seeing, there are Farm Bill meetings all over the state.
Yeah,
And we have to, kind of decide what our coverage to mitigate that risk is gonna be, or
Correct.
what it's gonna look like. So tell me why a farmer, maybe you've been the guy who said, I don't need the government program, I'm gonna leave it all up to rain, sunshine, and God. Why would I even wanna come and get involved? Help me
well,
out.
it's worth coming to the meetings just to see what we have to offer. There's a lot of potential there for help if we get in a situation where the price might crash. And if you're not enrolled in these programs, you're not gonna have any,
You
there's
won't
no-
have a safety net.
correct. And that's what they are, it's a safety net if there is a disaster in price or yield. And the meetings we are doing is a partnership with OSU Extension.
Okay,
There's throughout the state, every county's having at least one of them usually. And it's just learning about the new Farm Bill programs and learning how they operate and helping to make a decision on your farm to best mitigate the risk that you feel you have,
okay.
whether it be price or yield. And that kind of, whatever you feel is the biggest risk, kind of will direct you what program
Yeah.
you might want to go into.
So if somebody really wants to understand this, because this is kind of a big deal, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, because they have to make those elections by when?
March 15th is the deadline to make the elections. They can choose a different program next year, but for 2019, which we're going back to get 19, and then also for 20, they have to decide by March 15th what program they want to go into.
What they want to get into. Can they like come in and talk to you, or how can they, because it's a big jigsaw puzzle.
hmm
I mean, after being at your meeting, I was like, kind of scratching my head, but I kind of understood a little better. Can they just make an appointment with you, Aaron, or how do they
Yeah.
do that?
Absolutely, they can call in, make an appointment, and sit down, and we can go through any questions they have. Anything, even if they were at the meetings, they didn't understand some things, they can come in and we can go through it with them.
Okay,
Or if they missed the meeting, they can call in and we can sit down and walk through the programs with them to try
Okay.
and help them better understand it.
so let's get out of the row crop guys for a little bit,
Mhm.
and let's talk about like some of these conservation programs that you're in. how can you help farmers with that?
So really, the conservation programs are for all landowners.
Okay,
So it's not just, you don't have to be a farmer for that, it's a landowner-driven program. So basically, we have two types of conservation signups, and it's called CRP is the
Okay.
name of the program. We have a whole field signup where you can take the entire field out of crop production and plant it to a grass or tree cover.
okay,
It would be a 10 to 15-year contract, and you would receive rental payments just like you would from somebody that's farming your ground.
okay,
And we pay for cost share as well to help establish that practice. The other program we have is the continuous conservation program, and that's more of a working lands program where we can do grass waterways, filter strips along a stream to help buffer the stream for any
Right,
fertilizer or pesticide runoff.
right.
And it's the same thing where you would receive, it's a 10-year contract, you receive a rental payment for that per acre, and then also cost share to help.
And I would assume, we just recently had a piece with Nikki Drake from Fairfield Soil and Water.
Yeah.
So you probably integrate back and forth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nikki does a phenomenal job, especially with our grass waterways
Okay.
and wetlands, anything that needs engineered. She's the one that does it.
Okay,
And she does an excellent job. We work very well together.
okay, so back and forth in that regard.
Yep.
So let's just recap it really quickly here. Important deadlines coming up for you is this Farm Bill program
Yes.
and those elections they have to make to be kind of the support net or the safety net in case grain prices just really go rock bottom.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
And March 15th is the deadline for that to
Okay,
sign up.
and how do they find, what's a good number to find you at, Aaron?
Our phone number is 740-653-4012.
And if they wanna get in touch with you and come in and sit down with you, they can make that happen?
Yeah, absolutely.
And throwing it out there to the listeners, if you've got a lot of questions, there are meetings all over the state
Correct.
that you could come to, or basically get one-on-one information
Yep.
from Aaron or maybe folks at OSU Extension.
Absolutely.
Located again in the Fairfield County Ag Center, 831 College Avenue. My good friend Aaron Stockberger from the Farm Service Agency. Thanks for being a part of this week's Farm Page.
Absolutely. Thank you.